So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carrie Stolberg. I'm a sophomore biomedical engineering major.
My name is Ryan Brennan. I'm a junior in Management Information Systems and Entrepreneurship.
And this is Evan Page and Evan Reeves, and we are Teen Talk Hub. So one of the main problems we're currently trying to combat is the lack of information available on UMass Lowell's current apps. So right now they only have something to do transportation, which is roads to routes, and the parking garage. So as a student, we require a lot more information than that on a daily basis. So on top of that, everything you can't find on UMass Lowell's mobile apps has to be done through their website, which is not very mobile friendly. This is one example. This is a screenshot of the housing portal on how you sign in guests at two of the residence halls. You have to zoom in pretty far just to see the screen, and the sliders don't even work. So that's one of the things we're trying to combat. And we really want to fix, students need to be in the know while on the go. So this is some of the results from our survey of what students asked for in our app. And as I said before, UMass Lowell only has the garage spaces right now and the roads to routes. So everything else is not included in the app, and we want to incorporate that.
So these are some quick statistics that we've gathered from both our own survey that we took and from various sites online. I'll give you a second to read that. Oh, that's a laser pointer. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Sorry about that. We are not the only ones to have had an idea like this. One of the primary competitors would be Guidebook, which is a sort of one-size-fits-all solution that different event organizers and universities can use. The problem is it is very expensive, and although it can be tailor-made, the suite of services and applications that can be put in makes it more expensive. One of the cheaper packages is floating around $7,000 according to one of their sales team members. And also there are other universities that have made their own tailor-made apps, but again, that's not a huge issue. It's mostly Guidebook that is a competitor here.
So our solution would be an all-inclusive single sign-on mobile app. So it would increase access to student services and information because you'd have all of this at your hands. This is actually a proof of our concept. And improve student involvement across campus. You'd get events and sporting and even career services. And also increase student safety with the addition of our emergency button, which we call UMass Lowell PD. And it would overall make student life more convenient and efficient. And we also have a working prototype as of now.
So for implementation, first we wanted to try small scale and increasing scales in terms of how we're going to test a prototype version for stress testing. Then after we get a working version 1, we plan to switch it over to the computer science department to further develop it out to where our vision is and add more features as time goes on, while also providing internships, work study, and that sort of opportunity to students to get professional experience. Then for resources, first of all, for money, we will be taking surveys every month of students to figure out what needs to be fixed first, what needs to be added first. And then for the app stores, it's $25 to be on Google Play, and then $99 annually to be on the Apple Store. And then for server space, this is a big variable amount because it depends on size, on how many users you're going to be hosting, which can float from $1,500 to $1,400, which I would say errs on the higher side. And then for human resources, we also need access to UML student database, so we can actually provide a single sign-on functionality and support staff that UML already has. We just need to train them on our application should they choose to adopt. And developers, which will most likely come from the CS department, as mentioned earlier, in the implementation and scalability. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions? Also, Carrie is going to hand out the two prototypes we have.
So this is our working prototype, and you can actually touch the buttons to log in and play around with it a little bit. And this is the code we currently have so far. So this one's a little bit rougher, just because this is the actual like working code, and this is run through a computer.
So I would call the one on Carrie's phone that you're using is more of a proof of concept, which is closer to what we want as our final product. And then the one that you're using on my phone is what we have
So these
currently.
take you to like the links right now, because the dining menus are just harder to find on the website. Eventually, we'll want to put them inside the app when we go further with this.
How do you make money?
How do you make money? Carrie, how do you make money?
Well, we were just planning this for like the students, because right now the UMass Lowell apps are already free. So we were planning that this would be be paid through like university fees and things like that. I think our goal was more to help the students. If you want to touch more on that.
Also, if this is something as a service that takes off and can undercut the development price of something like Guidebook, it can potentially expand out from just being Hawk Hub as a UML product and expand out to other universities that may not want to make their own.
And on top of that, it can help the university grow. One of the statistics up there was that I think close to 80% of students look for the campus's sort of professionalism and their sort of like use of technology when choosing schools. So if you go on the App Store and you search up the school you're applying to, they're in your mobile app, you're kind of gonna stray away from them.
Have you spoken with UMass to see if they would ever be interested in kind of partnering with you on this product? Would they ever support it? Financially
We're
to get it
hoping
off the
that
ground?
through this like competition, we kind of get more attention brought to it, and that way they can decide if they want to partner with us or not. I can show
Can
you.
I do something?
Here, I'll show you. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
Do we know what the current cost is for UMass Lowell to have their current solutions that are out there?
We did have an issue finding this, because everywhere I went, no one could tell me who was currently running the apps that UMass Lowell has, because they haven't been updated since 2016. So no one knew anything. So that's why we're hoping that through the incorporation of the CS department, we can really get a hang on and have it continually be updated and have new versions, instead of their old versions potentially like expiring and no longer working, just because no one could tell me who was working on the apps, and I don't think it's being updated anymore.
So you guys are looking at this as just an in-house UMass Lowell program. Have you considered what would it take then to commercialize it and sell it to other organizations, other universities?
I think we're trying to do it in-house first before we try scaling any further.
We can sort of build the prototype here, make sure it works on a smaller scale, then we can go to other campuses that don't have one and show them, look, we did it at a large campus, we know what we're doing and we can do it. So before we go out into the market, we want to sort of have a product proven.
Have you gone to any other colleges that have a similar app already?
Yes, I'm actually a transfer student from the University of New Hampshire, and their app is very in-depth, but a lot of students were frustrated how like large scale it was. So I took ideas of what was similar features and included what people from UMass Lowell wanted, and put it in like a modified version of what I made. Said, okay, this is what's wrong with the current apps out there for other schools. And I know University of Connecticut also has an app out there. There's a lot of schools with apps out there. So I took what was most important from our survey and talked through students, because we really want to benefit like the students of UMass Lowell, because like everyone needs to know like things on a daily basis and just make life more efficient.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.